Good evening and welcome to the Crest Autosport World Touring Car Challenge Season 3. Today's race is round 2 at the Brands Hatch Indy circuit. The sponsors for tonight is Apex Tracks Motorsport and Motor Racing Circuit Wall Art, Racetrack Sculpture, manufactured using Formula One Motorsport inspired rapid prototype technology. Other partners tonight include 603 Autosport, 3D Wrap, Track Racer, Digital Motorsport, Esports Sim, and the GP Box. The broadcasting team supplied by JPBroadcasting with Dean Biggles and myself, James Parfitt, bringing you all the action this evening. This series and today's race is broadcasted live on the Crest Autosport TV channel on YouTube. Welcome along wherever you are watching in the world. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bells to be notified of all our videos and broadcasts. So the track tonight is the Indy layout, current track length 1.208 miles or 1.94 kilometers, 6 turns, 4 right and 2 left. Hosted over the years the WTCC Race of UK from the 2006 to 2010. The track is located in West Kingsdown in the UK and was established in 1950. The format for tonight, we've got qualifying, which takes place at 8 o'clock. That sets the grid for race 1. Race 1 will be at about 20 past 8. The grid is based off the qualifying results and will go on for 15 minutes. Race 2, grid based on race 1 and will be a reverse top 12. And that will take place at about 20 to 9 in the UK time, again, in a 15 minutes race. Race 3 will be grid based on race 2 and the reverse top 18. That will take place at about 10 minutes past 9. So the cars tonight is the Alfa Romeo Giulietta, the Audi RS3 LMS, the Cupra Leon Competizione, the Honda Civic, the Hyundai Elantra, and the Lynx & Co. 03. So the schedule, as you can see, we are currently at the Brands Hatch on the 21st of July. Next week on the 28th, we head down over to Sweden, to Falkenberg. Then we stay in Sweden, so me and Biggles will be camping over there for the 4th of August for Mantop Park. And then we head to Norway for Valabanen on the 11th of August. The 25th of August is the Norris Ring, so flying along to Germany we go. And then it's back into the UK for Silverstone on the 1st of September. On the 8th of September, we jump on a plane and we head over to Japan to go and settle over there and enjoy some sushi at Suzuka. So there we go. And then we're back into the UK again for another version of the Silverstone circuit on the 15th of September. And then we finish off again at the Brands Hatch circuit on the 22nd of September. So this is the race 1 information winners here. Fraser Rostance took race 1 CA1 win in race 1. Neil Crave second. Justin Wellbelove in 3rd place. Cat 2 for race 1 was Alex Ward, Jean Trezor, Ricardo Pessoa Santos in 3rd place. And then Cat 3, Gabriel Lopez, Stephen Labon and Carl Smith. In race 2, Varga Gabor took the victory for Cat 1. Vlad Tatara in 2nd and Artem Makarov in 3rd. Cat 2 was Alex Ward, Jan Tressart, Remo Schneider for Cat 2. Cat 3 was Steve Lebon, Gabriel Lopez and Anastasios Georgiades. In race 3 was Ian Deeney. Alex Everett was 2nd, Justin Wellbelove in 3rd. Norbert Jahus in Cat 2 was in 1st place. Ricardo Pessoa Santos in 2nd. And Remo Schneider took 3rd place. Cat 3, Stephen de Grevelier, sorry, my apologies on that one, took 1st. Anastasios Georgiades in 2nd. And Carl Smith took 3rd. So that was last week in Watkins Glen. In the current championships of Cat 1, Ian Deeney and Fraser Rostance are tied in 1st place on 41 points. Justin Wellbelove in 2nd on 36. Jeff Perkis in 3rd on 32. He's tied with Neil Crave and Vlad Tatara on 32 points. Varga Gabor on 29. Artem Makarov on 28. Alex Everett on 22. And then Alexander Nigayachenko on 9 points. Now in Cat 2 top 10, Alex Ward is your leader at the moment on 62. Ricardo Pessoa Santos in second on 45. Jan Tressart on 44. Norbert Jahus on 39. Remo Schneider 34. Robert Stoughton on 18. Anthony Hobbs on 18. Rory O'Shea on 16 in 8th place. Elliot House on 10. He is currently in 9th place. And Jorgen Pedersen is in 10th place on 0 points. In Cat 3, we got Steve LeBon in first place, Gabriel Lopez in second, Anastasios Giordordis in third, Stephen de Gravelier in fourth, Carl Smith is on 30, he's in fifth, Rui Sosa on sixth, Craig Deacon 7th, and JC Camano is in 8th place on 0 points currently at the moment. Now, the ballast, Justin Wellbelove will be taking 40 kilos ballast, guys. Now, what is the ballast about? The ballast will be applied to the drivers' cars in qualifying and races 1 and 2, based on their championship position. Race 3 ballast will be based on the qualifying results on the day. Ballast will start for 40 kilos, applied to the top seeded driver, and will run down in increments of 5 kilos to the 8th seeded driver. So Justin Wellbelove will take 40 kilos of ballast. Ian Deeney, 35. Fraser Rostance, 35. Jeff Perkins, 25. Neil Craig, 25. Vlad Tatara on 15. Alex Ward, 10. Varga Gabor will take 5. Now in the Cupras, they got 5 kilos extra. Lynx & Co. 4 kilos. Alfa Romeo 3. Hyundai 2 and Audi 1. And the Honda doesn't get any. So if you're in the Honda, you're sorted. In the team standings, Next Gen Racing Blue are leading currently on 296. HVML team on 250. Ukrainian club Kamak Sim Racing 2 on 246. Next Gen Racing Gold on 222, Mulsanne 19 on 214, Crest Autosport with Apex Tracks on 210, FMS Figas Motorsport on 180, Mulsanne 18 on 164, Lynx & Co Privateer on 154, and then 958 Santero on 152. Now overall in the car standings, the Cupra is on 580, Lynx & Co on 548, Alfa Romeo 420, Hyundai 396, the Audi on 330 and the Honda on 250. So there we go. That is all the information you need. And boy, oh boy, is that a lot of information. Hope everybody understands everything. Let's have a look. And Gaming Gamer 02, Rory O'Shea not racing tonight since he is doing the Alpha Live karting I'm going to presume that's esports championship, says our very own down there. And then we got welcome everyone. Who are we cheering on tonight, says Crest Autosport. Now it's time to bring in the one, the only, the mighty Biggles into the booth. Biggles, how are you, young sir?
I'm back in the UK, mate. Absolutely. Doing great. After that, I was sweaty, mate. Absolutely sweaty last week's race. It's just go, go, go between all of these gladiators. So many of them, obviously, there's different divisions and tiers that you'd mentioned. So perhaps we're going to see what's going to happen again tonight, as it might start cooling down in your neck of woods. And if you guys are in the UK, I hope it's... is another hot one today, mate, or tonight? How was it?
25s, mate.
Ah, it's not bad. It's dropped off.
No, it's not too bad. It's dropped off a little bit. We're coming into the last 6 minutes of practice, guys, as well. And currently on board with Gabor Varga here in the Honda as he takes us for a lap of this Brands Hatch Indy circuit. Now, it's not a very long circuit at all as we're dropping down to the right-hander of turn 1. Get it nose stuck in. You want that nose tight in to try and catch that exit curb on the right-hand side. Coming up around the hairpin of 2. Absolutely incredible circuit. I do love this circuit myself. We're dropping down now into Graham Hill Bend, the left-hander. He's got to get it over that curb and let it run wide onto the little bit of green AstroTurf on the right-hand side. Then we head up into the left-hander of Surtees. Here we go now, and then we're going to take the right-hander round Clearways and then coming down through Clark around the last part of the circuit. And that is it. It's a very short track tonight, Biggles. It's going to be interesting to see what these drivers can do on this circuit quite early on. Short
and sweet, like last time around, so expect to see bunched up traffic, tooth and nail. So far, it's not too bad. There's not only a few people out on track. They're going to get ready for their qualifying session after they finally tweaked all their cars to the best that they could probably make them perform. We did mention last week with Dan, that one of the cars is actually a four-wheel drive car as well, too. The rest are only two-wheel drive. So, can you guys remember out there in the chat which car that was? As that trivia for the day.
Tell us what car is four-wheel drive, or do I need to inform you? And no, Dan, Gamer 02, you are not allowed to respond to this. Being a commentator, of course, you should know this information, but please do not tell everyone else. So if anybody else in chat, gaming the trivia of the day, what car is the only one that is four-wheel drive? There we go. Let's see.
And it's not my Nissan Skyline as well, guys. Sorry, that's not in here.
No, and it definitely is not my Ford C-Max, mate, my people van. That's definitely not four-wheel drive. That struggles to get up a hill. I think I do 0 to 60 in about 10 minutes, and that's going downhill.
Is that without the ballast?
Well, mate, I've got kids, so they're the ballast.
That's
Kids
true.
are the ballast.
So it appears at the moment some of those flags I haven't really loaded in, so I apologise about that. Something not on our control. Not that I'm aware of it anyway, but this is the Greek driver. You can obviously tell by his name. And good, fantastic job going through all those names for the first time you've broadcasted here at Crest Autosport. Mr. James, I know you were unavailable last week.
Haven't, mate, but do you know what, right? I think it benefits me, the fact that I teach phonics at school. You know what I mean? Because obviously, I work in a school. So I teach phonics. So it makes me able to break down the names into their phonic sound. So it makes it a little bit easier. But even Georgiadis is still a complicated one for me to get my teeth around. Do you know what I mean? you got to give me a little bit of a break, as I say. So, but look, dude, I think to be fair, we're going to be here for some absolutely epic action this evening. And it's such a short track as well. 22 cars on track. It's going to be full bore from the moment we start to the moment we finish, I think.
And we'll be getting ready soon. We've got 2 minutes and change left of that practice session. So that's it. Once again, your dress rehearsals are over. It's time to beat the main stage come up in a minute. And you made the graphics out there. You made the info, of course, Mr. Gaming Gamer.
Yeah.
And that graphics, all the info's looking good, mate. Exactly. You can see all there. So obviously, we are sponsored here by JPBroadcasting. This is the Apex, of course, and that corner right-hand side, we're using the race room simulator. And all the information is down the bottom there as well, too. That's going to be scrolling in our ticker.
Absolutely. Yes, Mr. Peoples, you did make the information. So no, Mr. Peoples, you're not allowed to answer the question about which car is the only car on the grid in four-wheel drive. So behave yourself.
I still don't know.
Biggles.
I know. Mate, it's long flights around the world. My
mate,
flight was good. I did have the steak as well, too. So good on you, mate. You picked that one, yep.
Was the jet lag real, though?
Yeah, it's not too bad. I mean, it's depending on... Usually going over to the States, mate, you get those headwinds or tailwinds and that. Usually when you get about midway around Hawaii, that's when you start hitting that. Depending on where you're on plane, mate. If you're up the front, no, it's not too much of a problem. But if you're in the rear, at the rear of the plane, you get to feel it bouncing around a little bit. Nothing more than like riding a kangaroo to school back in the day.
Well, unfortunately, we don't have that experience, mate. We've either got a dog or a cat, and neither of them take too kindly to me sitting on their back. However, though, I reckon when I was a young boy, a long time ago.
Yeah, long time. Okay.
long time ago. I reckon I could have got away with riding a Great Dane, mate, because they're about 5 foot high, aren't they? Them things are absolutely huge. They're bordering the line small pony. And I reckon I could have got away with riding one of them. Look at Norbert, look at that. He's throwing that Honda into that corner, mate. Absolutely giving it some leather as he's heading up around Druids now, the right-hander. I tell you what, man, Norbert there is literally 90-degree lock trying to get that car round, if not more. He's going to chuck it in to Graham Hill now. He's going to let it run wide over that outside grass. And then he's racing up into the left-hander of Surtees before he flicks it right round McLean's and coming down into Clark corner. Oh, it gets a little bit squirrely. I think that's the thing, right, mate? People don't quite understand. I think looking at these cars and looking at this track, they just turn around and go, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
The track's only, 48 seconds long? But there's so many ups and downs within this Brands Hatch circuit, As we can see, Norbert there getting a big twitch on, mate.
It's 48 seconds
second.
to some of the drivers, mate. It's not 48 seconds for all of them, but you're right. I almost went into the pit lane entrance there as well, too, but that's the full one. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a tough track to get used to. I tell you, I've driven this track in so many different types of cars, and it is definitely a tough one. We are going into the 15 minutes of qualifying. So our very own Dan Peoples in chat. I put so much effort into getting the info correct, and Biggles didn't even look at it. Sad times.
What info?
The info we put together with the cars, mate. The thing is, though, Dan, right, I will defend Biggles. It has been quite a busy week for me and Biggles. We've been together a couple of broadcasts already. We've got another one tonight. We've got another one tomorrow. I've got one on Saturday, an endurance event. So, you know, we are together a lot, mate. And our time of day and times, it's very limited at the moment, isn't it, Biggles? We're busy boys.
I haven't seen the sun in 66 days, mate. So, yes, you're right. I've seen it outside a plane window, and then I'm straight to the track.
Yeah.
Sorry if I do miss anything. James will pick it up, mate. You know, he's been around the block a few times. He's one of those sharpest tools in the shed that you find.
Don't you worry about it, Dan. I've got you covered tonight, I'll tell you. I've got my own tree next to my printer that I'm making paper out of. Honestly, it's good, dude. We are good, I promise you. There you can see Alex Everett currently on focus at the moment. Is car number 19 is Mr. Everett.
Getting a little
and here's
punchy.
Another one. Yeah, throwing the Hyundai round it. I tell you what, mate, this dropping down this left-hander in the Graham wheel, it looks like a left-hand turn, but it's so tricky. You know, the drivers have really got to put the effort in to try and get that sort of car turned into that left-hander. I'll tell you, it's downhill, bit of trail braking, mate, and you know, put it in the corner and hope for the best, I think.
Yeah.
So let's see what Alex can do here. Topping 160, 170, 180, 190 kilometers, 200 kilometers an hour as he races down into Paddock Hill. Right-hander dropping down. Ooh, that was a DHL car there. That was car number 17. Getting very squirrely behind him.
The good thing about those DHL cars, mate, is that usually always on time.
Oh, bob.
It didn't take long, did it, for those puns to come?
No,
Thinking
mate,
fast,
not
mate.
At all.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's so already earlier on. We've only been going like 20 minutes. And
you remember yesterday's racing? I think when you came into Australia, mate, and they asked, when you went up to the immigration officer and he asked you if you had any criminal records, and you said, "Well, I didn't think we needed a criminal record to get in Australia."
One of the questions with me flying into Oran Park yesterday for my little MX-5 racing. What can you do about it? They're funny old chaps over there in Australia, mate. I've got to be honest. Very straight and forward. And, don't beat around the bush at all. But let's have a rundown of the order currently. Alex Everett is topping the timing tower on a 48.594. And then we got Fraser Rostance from the UK. 2 tenths back currently for him as well. So there you go. That is Fraser. Gorick, 3 tenths further back from that. Tatara's just 4th at the moment. He's nearly half a second. Ward is just over half a second. Makarov in 6th place. Deeney 7th. Georgiadis in 8th. And then we got Pessoa Santos in 9th. And then Varga rounds out our current top 10 in qualifying.
Look, fighting in the car. Look at the fighting in the car. No power steering on this baby.
Mr. Everett there, giving it a good old go, isn't he, mate? To get that round, I'll tell you that much. Car number 19 there, doing an absolute stellar job.
Neil Crave, yep, exactly. It goes up into P5, actually, with that lap, even with that little bit of off-road traffic up the road. So there's a lot of people going off.
Flying as well, dude. I think it's going to be interesting to see the racing this evening. I think, these guys are, there was a practice session before. I watched some of the practice. There was, unbelievable driving in that, and I think tonight's not going to be any different. I think it's definitely going to be full on tonight, Biggles. I think we're going to have a work cut out. We're going to be busy old boys, I'll tell you that much this evening. So, I have to stay on it, dude.
That's all right, mate. I got to straight jump out of plane immediately, head over to the States and get ready to cast another race after. So, yeah, you guys get to lay down over in Europe.
Well, I'll sit on a plane with you tomorrow night, mate, as we head over to Saudi Arabia for an F1, so that should be an interesting one.
That's going to be fun, mate. I'd be like sneaking as many mini bottles as I possibly can with me because it's a dry country, mate. They have no king and queen to reign on their country like Australia. Well, they do actually. That was another bad pun, of course.
Do they have a king?
They do have a king, actually, there, but yeah.
Oh, yes, isn't it King? Yeah, he's got some long old name, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But
again, and a few like multi-million-dollar yachts and all that sort of jazz. Like, I spend no expense when it comes to that. You have heavy all the money, why not?
Exactly there. So we're jumping on board with Pedro Santos currently as he goes around the Graham
Change it
Hill.
for you right now, mate. There you go. We'll go to an action cam.
Oh, Mr. Camano. There you go, as he's dropping around the right-hander of Clark's, round McLean's, I should say, then dropping into Clark's, and then going off down the one and only Brabham Straight. We've got 9 minutes remaining of qualifying. Victor Gorick is just taking first place. He's currently on a 48.545. Gabor Varga, 7 thousandths of a second behind him on a 48.545. Alex Everett's just gone on a 5.43. We got Everett on a 5.48.543, Gorick on a 48.545, and then we've got Gabor Varga on a 48.551. Mate, if them times are anything to go by, it is going to be a close one tonight, as you can see here on the timing tower on the left-hand side. Look at them split Biggles. It's unbelievable.
Absolutely crazy, as you'd expect us. So it's going to show you what sort of what we're going to be up for. I just wonder, you guys aren't allowed to steal Mr. Brabham Straight there. If I recall correctly, Mr. Brabham was one of the best Australian drivers of all time. What's he doing over here in the UK?
Mate, it's not his first one. Trust me, I'm sure there's another track with his name in. But I'd like to point out, we have got a second gap between first and 17th. Second gap between first and 17th tonight, guys. Stay tuned, because you're not going to want to go anywhere. And Makarov has just put it on pole on a 48.5 dead. Unbelievable. Ian the Lynx & Co. there just literally put it on pole position. 48.5 dead. 400ths of a second in front of Mr. Everett there, who is on a 48.543.
Just drove through the camera. Paying for that, mate. Be careful. It's actually my drone. I'm flying it around right now. So this is a new drone cam footage that we're bringing here, mate, to Crest Autosport.
Yeah. Look at that, dude. Unbelievable. One man on the JPB drone flying it around Brands Hatch for us with all the cams, picking up the cars there as we're going on board with Norbert Juhas at the moment, as he's coming down into Paddock Hill. We've got about just under 7 minutes remaining. Dan there in chat, wow, how close do you want to have it? Well, yeah, unbelievable, Dan. That second has stretched out now. We're down to 18th now before we hit just over a second. So if this is anything to go by tonight there, sir, I think we're going to be in for an absolutely barnstorming race.
I know these aren't Formula One cars, mate, but to give you guys an indication that a Formula One car travels a full football pitch, and that's a UK football pitch, a football pitch, in 1 second. So when you're looking at milliseconds here between these guys, you can imagine that's about as thin as the piece of paper many pieces of paper that James has in front of him right now.
Hey, my broadcast room looks like an absolute notice board of information, I'll tell you that much at this moment in time. I do need to do some renovations in here over my holiday I've got coming up. So I'm going to have to be looking at the, how everything's laid out, because I just have not got enough room in my broadcast booth at this moment in time.
You got enough room for that piano there, mate, and hopefully we'll be playing that at some point in the future.
Mate, I've been keeping an eye on the video. It hasn't hit the goal yet.
You want to do something here at the Crest Autosport, guys? Because we got thumbs up. There's a thumbs up button, of course, and there's also a subscribe button and all the other jazz. Share it. But we're on 6 likes. What do you guys think out there? That's up to you there, James. But you think if we get to 20 likes, then you'll do a little bit of a piano introduction, perhaps into.
Well, it won't be next week because unfortunately I'm jetting off on a plane, off to do a P Cup race in America. So the following week, I'll tell you what we'll do is if this video. Now these guys are a bit different to the one we were talking about yesterday. So should we say 40 likes?
I'm okay with that. That's up to you guys out there. I think that's reasonable. Definitely.
All right. So if the video gets 40 likes, I will bash out a short and brief tune on the piano in 2 weeks' time. There you go.
All right.
But it's got to get 40 likes first. Man.
I actually tried to clip it. I need to speak to you about that because my clipping's not working on YouTube for some crazy reason.
Yeah, well, you got to make sure you timestamp it, mate. Otherwise, it don't work.
Oh, that's probably what I did wrong. I did select the times, but anyway. Here's Alex.
No, you don't select the times. Just hit clip, and then from this point, when there's a timestamp, and it timestamps it for you.
I broke YouTube.
So, yeah. You didn't break YouTube, you just don't know how to use it. There's a difference, yeah.
Look, I've been into both of those Google offices before, mate, in New York and California, so I've chatted to them.
You might have chatted to them, mate, but it still doesn't mean they've given you instructions, clearly.
Clearly.
You know what I mean?
Here's Alex, mate. Alex needs instructions. Look at that second sector. Now, can he steal this one back?
He's got 8 thousandths to make up, and he's 4 thousandths up in Sector 2. So is Alex Everett going to put it on pole? He is!
You better buddy believe he will.
48.456, 4 hundredths of a second ahead of Makarov. And a further 8 hundredths back is Gorick, and 9 hundredths Varga before we drop out to the 10ths with Tatara in 5th place. There you go. Mr. Alex Everett absolutely flying here tonight as we are jumping on board with Georgiadis.
Yeah, and we do have Ukrainian drivers in here this evening. They're not just racing under the flag for the support of Ukraine. They actually are from Ukraine. As Alex,
yeah, we've got 4 current drivers in here, mate.
So that's absolutely fantastic to see, mate. We're all on your side, of course. And look at that. Alex, does he go and steal another quickest lap again? Quite sure the camera switched over here to the man that's just been stolen. Makarov, apologies if I get that wrong. Yeah, look at that. Sector 1, he's got this. He wants it back, doesn't he? He's not a happy camper. Not on his watch.
The only trouble for where Makarov is, obviously a different story, but Nagyachenko is green in Sector 2, purple in Sector 1. What is he going to do in Sector 3 as he heads round the last part of the circuit? Jumping on to the Brabham straight we go. Here we go now. What is Nagyachenko going to do? He's purple.
Gotta be. Ooh, wow. So middle sector?
No.
Well, how do you get 2 purples and a nice personal best and not get pole?
Maybe his middle sector is not quite up to scratch. Maybe Nagyachenko needs to work on his middle sector there, Biggles. But we've got Gorick on 2 purples. To be honest, looking over, he's already made up over 1.2 tenths of a second. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see what he's going to get. I think this toe here in front is going to help, and he's... No.
Wait, yeah,
hold on a minute.
Yeah.
Hold on a minute.
Look at that drift.
Right, let me get...
Yeah.
Are we showing... Something ain't right, is it?
Nah, something's wrong, mate. You can't get 3 purples and no way not get the fastest lap. So they're playing games with us, aren't they, in the timing tower here at the track?
Yeah, I think there's a little bit something wrong with the telemetry going on here, because obviously 3 purples means he's the fastest car over that sector. Yeah, should have put himself on pole. Anyway, never mind. We're going back on board with our very own Mr. Everett. He is currently in pole on a 48.456. So he's flying along nicely here, going around Druids and dropping down into Graham Hill. He's gone quicker again. Sector 1, he's purple again by 5 thousandths of a second.
And we don't know if we can trust that so much, can we, at this point? But hey, the other way, you can tell us from a driving point of view if you can get rid of the stickers off the windscreen. That must be a little bit distracting to the driver. Of course, he's not there. That's it. It's over anyway, mate.
Qualifying is done and dusted. So we got Alex Everett in P1, Vlad Tatara in 2, Victor Goric in 3, Artem Makarov in 4, Gabor Varga in 5, Alexander Nagyachenko in 6, Fraser Rostance 7, Neil Craig, in 8th, Ian Deeney 9th, Jeff Perkis in 10th, Alex Ward in 11th, Craig Deakin 12th, Anastasios Georgiadis in 13th, Robert Staunton 14th, Norbert Yahus in 15th, Ricardo Pessoa Santos in 16th, Elliot House 17th, Anthony Hobbs is there in 18th place, Stephen LeBon down in 19th, Carl Smith in 20th, Pedro Santos 21st, Rui Sousa 22nd, Camano 23rd, and Lopez in 24th.
I do like the graphics, obviously, compared to iRacing, because it actually scrolls for you and keeps it all, and then it automatically comes up. But then race room
did it automatically go off though, Biggles?
Yes, it did automatically go up, but we were already warned about that one previously last week, which I will get a capture of those race results when they do occur, so that we can have them up there and talk about those race results and go through all those names while they get ready for the next race. So warm up.
How long do you roughly get there? It must be about a minute, isn't it? A minute to read through.
Yeah, it's not too bad, but it depends.
I think they're a bit underestimating the fact that some of the, we've got Anastasios Georgiadis. That's a good couple of seconds trying to read that one.
That's because the developers, mate, probably just use John Doe and John Smith and all that sort of stuff when they're testing, and they don't actually go through the full names for a race results. And imagine if you had 60 on a grid too. I don't think you get to speed through that, mate.
Surely they must. Mate, they must give you. That's
speed
like a deep
casting.
Breath and go. Yeah. That's like a deep breath. Go for it.
Yeah.
Oh, dearie me. Yeah, it'd be an interesting one on that one if it was, mate. I'll tell you that much. But there we go. Fraser Rostance is currently out on track, giving it a good old couple of, going for the warm up. 35 seconds remaining. So here for Next Gen Racing, so it'd be interesting to see. He's just dived in.
Wrong pit lane? No, it is the right pit lane. I was like, hang on. That looked a bit scary. Geez, that's a really slow pit lane entrance. But then again, they're not requiring pits tonight, guys. There's no pitting required, or boxing. You go all the way. There'll be boxing, of course. Trust me, there's a ring, mate. There will be elbows out, fists flying, but no pit stops required.
That is a very weird pit entry with a big chicane at the beginning. I know we're on the Indy circuit, but I'm trying to think back if I can think of any other track that's actually got that. I know Le Mans
I didn't even think it existed, mate. That's how tight it was. I was looking at it going, if you're flying at what 200 almost 200 kilometers per hour at that thing, that's gonna look a little scary. The warm-up's done. I'll try to get the right camera angle, obviously, for the start. I do apologize last week for the first race. The camera just paused and went behind a fence for some reason. And don't worry about that. That cameraman's been reprimanded, so we'll get that fixed for this time around. As they're going to grid up.
Just waiting for the cars to jump on the grid.
Yeah, 15 minutes, mate, to go through that. So the first heat, we have 15 minutes. The second one, we have 15, and then 20 for the last.
Yeah, so we'll be good to go on that one and see how we go. But the cars are 20 seconds away.
I was going to hope that my graphics managed to load up in time there. Otherwise, we might have a bit of a problem, but we'll see. Alex on pole.
Alex on pole position. 15 minutes, and we are away here at the Brands Hatch Indy circuit. Vlad Tatara right up beside Mr. Everett as they're heading down into Paddock Hill Bend. Now as they're racing up the hill, currently going up into Druids. Currently still out in front is Mr. Everett Tatara, not very far behind him whatsoever, and closely followed by Victor Goric and Artem Makarov as these guys drop down into Graham Hill for the first time this evening. Racing along, K-Max Sim Racing team there in second place behind Mr. Alex Everett. So that's going to be a tough job for Alex. Everybody seems to have kind of made it through clearly at the moment. Biggles, no major problems. So there you go.
Yeah, that's good. That's what you like to see. Huge teammates going to be working together, aren't they? You have to Alex at the moment. You have to be going, wow, I've got 3 opposing teams. All going to be tooth and nail, and they're more battling out with each other, aren't they? If you got Mr. Victor Gorek there, and it looks to be Vlad. But further back, let's have a look. That could be Fraser here that we're actually seeing, number 6 car, Fraser Rostance. We might have to go up to Gabor. Bagar. I'm going to really butcher these names, but he's the one that has to get past 3 of these teammates. And trust me, mate, if you had those last week, they worked together brilliantly to make it almost impossible for you to overtake.
Well, any team of 3 generally do. We see Varga. Did he get tunnel vision?
Oh, look at the inside there as well. Somebody stuck it up there. That's Fraser. I think.
Did Tatara. Is that Tatara gone in?
It's gone in the pits.
As we can see, Fraser Rostance now going up into 4th place. Currently on track. He has got Gabor Varga on the outside of him here. And here comes, I think that's Jeff Perkis. Absolutely
contact
sends
as well.
it on Varga. Nagyachenko now, what have you been up to into Druids? Oh, slight little bit of door rubbing there from the guys in front. That's Varga and Perkis.
That's a spin. Does he hold it? Does.
Oh, Perkis. Taking a drift style there around the bottom of the hill. And Varga is cleared. Rostance as these guys head up around McLean's and down into Clark's. So Rostance not giving up though. Biggles, he's tucked up right up behind him currently at the moment. You can see it there. Literally, look, you can put a blanket. You can see the colour of his eyeballs and they're blue. There you go.
I've never heard that before in my casting career. That's brilliant. That's what you're going to get here from James. And it goes by pretty quickly, mate, because we're already cut by about 3 minutes into this. Gone already. Look at the gap, actually. 25 seconds all the way down to last place. Only with lap 4. You still have Mr. Alex somehow holding everybody off behind him, and he's got a 2-second gap. But this is where a lot of the action is. We'll go to our Mr. Auto Director and see if we can catch everything that I'm missing. Here's Jeff back at P6.
Yeah, Jeff Perkis there behind him. There's some interesting battles further down the field as well. You can see the stream of cars coming behind him. Georgiadis is locked up in 1 as well. He is down in 12th place currently at the moment. There is Georgiadis. He's got Elliot House climbing right behind him. You can see Elliot there, and he's chasing down Craig Deacon. So Georgiadis has got a bit of a mission to try and progress forward. Now, this is one of these situations here. When you've got Mr. House so close behind you, you kind of, poor Georgiadis in front of him, mate. He's going to have to try and defend and proceed. Moving forward with Mr. Deacon now, as we can see a big over the hill. Was that Alex Ward? He had a little bit of a moment there as well.
He's having a moment right now, side by side with Ian, I believe it is.
Yeah, Ian Deeney and Craig Deacon having an absolutely epic scrap down for 10th, 11th place at the moment with Alex Ward as well. Unbelievable driving these Fridays. And Norbert Jura, slow down penalty, track limit abuse. He's got to go slow down on that one for Mr. Norbert Yahus. As the Stewart's decision there pops up on your screen.
I can see his eyeballs behind him as well too. Sorry, I saw a whole bunch of off tracks there. I thought for a second something has happened to Alex, but further back, look at this. It's Elliot.
House.
Oh, he's got to punch his way between both these teammates. Now, in the middle, no, they've closed the door on him. You got to see this, mate. You saw this last week, actually, in all the 3 heats. Your teammates really do work together here. They make it very difficult. If I was Elliot, I would do one of those trick shots you would do in snooker, mate, and just like lift the ball right over top of both of them and sink an 8-ball into the pocket.
Anthony Hobbs has got slow down penalty for a track limit abuse as well. So poor Anthony Hobbs there is going to have to hit the brakes and let the slow down. Try and keep within the track limits.
Yeah, any other action? If you keep any other action, mate, let me know, because there's a lot going on. We'll see what the auto director has gone back up to this battle between P2 and P3, but I think they're not going to do too much about it as his teammates work together. Elliot's down the road a little bit further, so we'll not too much to keep an eye on that one just yet. We gave them a lot of screen time last week. We have to see some of these other gladiators and what sort of screen time they're going to get. And once again, here it is, Elliot House. Well, he's getting all the camera today, mate. Maybe Normit. If we get out of the trees, there's Normie. P17, but putting pressure on. Anthony, just up the road. And further back, we'll go back to that little squabble. Though. That's not a little squabble, mate. That's a pretty big squabble there with Craig Deacon.
Craig Deacon, Elliot House. Anastasios Georgiadis, and behind him, Stephen LeBon is in the mix as well for these guys, as these guys racing up around Druids now. You can see them dropping down, mate, the absolute steepness of that hill as they go down with Elliott House in front. He is in the Audi, Craig Deacon in the Hyundai. Absolutely incredible driving from these guys here. Stephen, car number 14, Stephen LeBon. He is in the Cupra. He's tucked up right behind Craig Deacon at the moment. Deacon looks like he's going to be under pressure here, Biggles, and he's going to have to defend for his life. Because I tell you what, if he doesn't, he's going to be in trouble. And that tricky right-hander downhill is definitely one that's going to cause him the issues the most, I think. So he's got to be on the ball, as we can see Craig Deacon. Oh. Stephen LeBon there.
You're absolutely right.
Dude, Stewart's decision, Artem Makarov, slow down penalty for a track limit abuse.
Further up, looks a bit of action here. Nick Crave, sorry. He's also trying to do something. Have they got past somebody? Maybe. Let's have a look.
Yeah, he passed Nagyachenko. He passed Nagyachenko at the moment, but Deeney has not given up on the free as well. He's at the back of these guys. He is also in the Cupra currently. But Neil Grave absolutely in P7. Ian Deeney down in 9th currently as well.
Oh, look how close they get. You got to get a good exit and entry and exit. I do have a buddy that runs a local radio station from the UK, mate, and he was almost offered a drive at Brands Hatch when he tested back in the day of the cars. So he actually told me, he goes, Biggles, mate, you'd be so surprised the elevation changes. You got blind corners when you fly over the hill.
Yeah, dude, it's very up and down. I tell you that much. They've got to be really, really careful. But I tell you what, mate, Elliott House and Norbert Jahus further down the field, dude, are literally locked in it. Elliott House down in 16th place. Norbert Jahus down in 17th, 0.21 seconds between them currently at the moment. And you can see here, Elliott's dropped back a little bit from Mr. Anthony Hobbs. Kamano has also been a steward's decision, slow down penalty for track limits. He's got to have to be a little bit more careful on that one. But Elliott House here with Norbert Jahus tucked up right behind him. As you can see there on board with Norbert flying around Graham Billbird, and he is trying to close down our very own Mr. House there, Biggles.
Got to give it everything you got. Absolutely everything you got. 2 for now, because time's not on your side so much. With 5 minutes to go, once again, it's only the first race. Got more of it to go here this evening. It's all about collecting points. Remember, you have to also, take into consideration some of these guys are driving with 45 kilograms of extra weight in their car. Well, during the qualifying they were. How's that panning out when you're in the race conditions?
Yeah, absolutely on that one, mate. I tell you that. It's Wellbelove is not obviously here tonight, so it's not really affecting him currently at the moment. So yeah, it's gonna have to be, Wellbelove there is not here. I'll tell you what, mate, as well. If you go further up the field, Varga is closing down Gorick, and he's making a move on the right-hand side.
That's
Gorick,
risky.
Mate, he's got a...
He'll get a better exit run, but I think Mr. Gorick's a little bit wise to that one. And planning that car in the right direction is going to make it as difficult as possible for the Hungarian driver to try to do something about getting his Honda slipping past those teammates. Been working brilliantly. And those teammates, of course, be running a P2, P3. Now it's his time, isn't it? He has to. He's got 4 minutes left of this race.
Oh, he got a better exit, mate. I'll tell you what, out of Graham Hill. And this run up through McLean's and round Clark here at the end, before he drops down on the straight, if he can manage to hold him here, this is going to be, I think, Varga's move, mate. He's pulled out onto the right-hand side. You can see it there. Car number 86 weaving all behind us. Tucks in again. He wants that inside line, really. He's got to try and get that inside line. But it looks like Gorick's... Oh, Gorick's got it deep. He's got behind me. Varga's got him.
He got it. Sorry.
Varga's got him in 3rd place. Up the hill now is Makarov.
He listened to you.
Mate, he needed that.
He got the
inside
memo.
line.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
You listened.
Message.
James sent you that little message. That's not from the race control. That was from James saying, "Yeah, job done." He's now split the teammates. So you got the other second teammate, of course, to work on up the road there. Nothing Alex needs to worry about. He's got a 4-second gap over this. Further back, Steve in the middle with Craig.
Stephen LeBon, mate. Stephen LeBon and Craig Deakin here, 0.18 apart at the moment. Stephen LeBon there in. The Cooper is looking to take in the inside line. Did he get it done? He got the job done over Deakin. Can Deakin tuck back in again? No, Biggles, this is going to be the question. If I was Deakin, if I've got the gap and my nose isn't behind him, I would be tucking back in here and trying to get that inside line. Running down into paddock, he needs that inside line. Oh, because the worst place with that, Biggles, right, is the thing with that corner is if you're on that outside line and you door bang the guy on the inside, you're in the gravel. That's why you need to lock that inside line up.
Otherwise, I don't door bang. Yeah, well, you're a driver.
Yeah. Mate, you door bang him and you're going into that gravel, and you know what it's like on any form of racetrack. Gravel is not grip, and you can't stop it. So they're going to have to be really, really careful there. Ian Deeney as well, Biggles up in 9th, mate, he's making a move around Nagyachenko. Don't take him round that outside. Look at pulling back. Cut back now, Deeney. Cut back now.
It's so easy. It said the dud up here in the casting box, mate. But yes, we've seen it before.
He needs to wriggle his front end, mate. I think that's the thing with Deeney, right? He needs to be looking at... He's coming round now, right, round Graham Hill, and he's got to be looking at trying to wriggle Nagyachenko off that inside, because he's got a left here. If he can get the inside there, he might be able to hold the outside line round this last part of the circuit. Stewart's decision there. Neil Craig slow down penalty for track limits abuse. So poor old Neil Crave there is going to have to take his slowdown as well. But at the moment, Nagyachenko is trying to defend harder than a Jose Mourinho football teammate to hold back Ian Deeney, I'll tell you that much.
Didn't take long for a bit of football.
Mate, no, I got it in there. Got to get him in there, mate. The old football puns, didn't you? You know what I mean?
Yeah, very British. That's what it's all about. I love it. I have no idea what you're talking about, but it sounded pretty damn good, and I hope you guys are enjoying it. Smile on your face. Wonder whether or not Mr. Van Van, right? Did you get his name correctly there? Mr. Ian.
Fabinho.
Yeah, Cabino, yeah. We'll leave him a smile on his face. I'm not quite sure.
Mate, Deeney, look at this, climbing all over Nagyachenko at the moment as well. So he's having this absolute epic scrap. Do you know, I think this is the best thing about being a racing driver as well as a broadcaster, mate, and a commentator, because you can see what they need to do. Do you know what I mean? You can see what they need to do. He needs to close that gap up. He's got to wriggle Nagyachenko off that inside line, going round here on the right side. The worst thing is, as I say, look at that gravel on the left. Oh, Nagyachenko's hit the inside. Is this Deeney's opportunity? Deeney stuck his nose up there. Got it done, Biggles. Got it done.
Come on, mate. Your name's Deeney. My first name's Dean, so that kind of pairs it together. Might have a bit of a commentating boost here.
You see what I mean? He wriggled him out of that inside line at the hairpin. Nagyachenko let the car run wide, too wide, and unfortunately got a little bit squirrely coming down at the bottom of the hill on that run up into Druids, mate. And
this could be a last dash here up here, because we're coming down about 8 seconds left of this race. We forgot about it. So Alex is going to be crossing the line, I say in a minute, but look at this. Battle for P2 is high heated up there for the very final time.
Gabor, Varga and Makarov. Varga caught Makarov then, but it didn't take him long, did it? It was about 4 minutes or so before he managed to get up to the back of Makarov. He's only got 2 corners left. Can he hold him? Can he get the position away from Makarov now? He goes left, then he goes right. He's got to be looking around the outside line. He's going to try and cut back on him and get that speed going now. He's taking all of the limit he's allowed, and trust me, that ain't a lot.
Not, because this man's going to do it.
He's not going to get it. No, he's not going to get it. Mr. Everett's come across the line in first place. Makarov, I think, is going to get second. He is, and Varga in third. Goric gets fourth place there, so you can see Makarov and Varga there.
What about Neil here? That's a little bit too late. Day late to the show. Yep.
Yeah, Neil Craig.
Are we on the last lap? Oh, it's finished.
Well, I got checkered flags.
I got checkered flags, yeah. You're up.
Yeah, okay. Rui Sosa, slow down penalty, track limit abuse. Just to top it off.
Aha. Ooh, ouch.
Right
there
at the
it
end.
is then.
Yeah.
You're right, my friend. You're always right. This man's right.
What can you do, man?
Top of the
Alex
time sheets
Everett.
there. He did it. He controlled that race from the start and just delivered it. There's the results.
Right, so we've got Alex Everett in first place, Makarov in second, Varga third, Gorick fourth, Perkis fifth, Rostance sixth, Craig seventh, Deeney eighth place. He got past Nagyachenko in there in ninth. Ward 10th, Le Bon in 11th, Georgiadis in 12th, Deakin 13th, Hobbs 14th, House 15th, Stoughton 16th, Jahusin 17th, Pessoa Santos in 18th, Lopez 19th, Santos in 20th, Sosa 21st, Camano in 22nd.
Scroll.
Roll. Smith in 23rd. Tatara all the way down, did not finish the race in 24th place there. Wow.
I'll
that
put
was
it
just
up
a
for you. And
flying-
again, that's a little bit too big. So let me just resize that. Apologize
Woo!
because we got to get that tool sorted out. We have to take a screenshot of it because of the fact that we don't, we're going to miss it. So there it is.
Yeah.
We do have
No, we got
at least the
it
top
done,
20.
I'll tell you that. Absolutely flying. There was no issues for Everett then. He literally just took it away, didn't he? Do you
Did
know
what he
I mean?
needed to do, mate. Did what he needed to do and also got the purple lap, the fastest lap. So the trifecta in that case, wasn't it?
Yeah, he just didn't seem to, worry, did he? Just absolutely flying there.
We are going to load into another
Unbelievable.
session again really quickly, so we'll get that in quickly, but it doesn't really matter at the moment, mate, because we do have those results up on the screen. But whilst we have those results up on the screen, where are we heading to next?
So we're heading to Sweden, over to Falkenberg racetrack there, Biggles. You ever been there yourself?
I have not actually, believe it or not. I have a great friend in Norway that keeps inviting me over. I haven't had a chance to go there, and obviously go to Norway. I'm going to go to Sweden. I'm going to go to Finland as well, too. I'm going to do all the Scandinavian countries.
Yeah. Should be a good one. Nice one, though, I believe. As I say, not seen much of the Falkenberg track. Yeah, it should be a good one. Should be a good one.
How's that going to
Can't wait.
pan out for the championships for the teams as well? As we're going to pull up that screen again as we get underway here. What a first race exactly, Anthony. You said it, my friend.
Yeah, that was just incredible, mate. You can see the Cupra now, 580. Isn't that before this race? Do they update automatically? Because
No, that doesn't
same as
update. That was
before.
before this race, mate. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, so that was before.
we're a fantastic broadcasting network, mate. But it's we're going to get there. It's a relatively new game that we're learning, and simulator. Sorry, and so we'll shots fired. Shots fired. We will see what we could do. This man next to me in the box, mate. He's got, apart from 10,000 pages, like it looks like I'm walking into a library when I'm into the studio of you, mate. But we've also got the skills behind the microphone to do something about it. Track, of course, what we are here in Brands Hatch, and on our schedule, of course, for our itinerary means that we're going to go into race 2 now, which is, and read that one. What's going to happen?
We got a top sets of teeth that don't want to work. The reverse top 12, mate. The reverse top 12. So there you go.
Well, how's that going to pan out? Let's go back to those results. So if you look at 12,
Georgiadis.
Georgiadis is going to be starting on the front row, the number 1 box.
He's got, the thing is, he's got Le Bon next to him as well, and then Ward, Nagyachenko, Deeney, Crave. We've got Everett down in 14th. It's going to see if Everett can take the victory from 14th. You're asking a lot, I think, mate. And I think, with some people in front of him, because don't forget Gorick, Varga, Makarov, Nagyachenko, they're all going to be in front. We're just gridding up for the second race at the moment. So we're just waiting for the cars to
Everybody
get
loading
on
back
there.
into the session, of course, because it's a whole new session. So they have to exit out of the previous one, come back into this one, load in, have a bit of a drink, of course, hydrate, and then
I forgot to do that, Biggles. Hold on, mate.
One job, mate. Come on, you got to always hydrate.
Sorry, dude. I forgot to hydrate.
You're right. And then go all over again. So, yeah. Steve
Nice
and...
run. Lights are on. We are green, green, green. Here with Georgiadis currently leading us away with Mr. Lebon tucked up right behind him, and Ward Nagyachenko still in fourth as these guys drop off for race 2 on the right hand. As you see there, Mr. Ward is making the move up the inside of Lebon. He's going to be looking at taking that inside line to take second place there. So Alex Ward in second. There's some action further back as well. Look at the cars at one point, they're 2 or 3 wide. But Ward here with Lebon is on right behind him. Deeney right behind that. Makarov's got a slow down penalty for track limits. He's going to unfortunately drop a little bit down the order. You can see down in 11th place. But Deeney, look at Ian Deeney. He was on a flyer first time out here, Biggles. And so far, he's currently in 5th place.
He's doing it. He's loving this track at the moment. And I don't know if he's going to be loving these 2 drivers behind him. The 55 car there and the 28 going 2 for now. Those names are not reflective, of course, of what's on their cars.
Yeah, that's Perkis and Crave right behind him. So Perkis there is the first car behind him. He is currently in the Alfa Romeo Giulietta.
Look at this back here, mate. It's a town meeting.
Yeah, but this is where we're going to see it all, isn't it? Gorick, Makarov, Everett. Look at Everett climbing all over the back of Gorick. I tell you what, he might as well be tucked up in behind him and give him a stroke on the back of the head. He's that close, I'll tell you that much. Alex Everett there taking the right-hander, dropping down now onto the straightaway. Oh, Brabham chasing down Makarov in front of him at the moment. Can Everett get Makarov? Oh, take it in there to bump the curb, not too much. Oh, Biggles.
Yeah.
I love racing like this. This is going to get spicy.
It's going to get spicy. It's spicy there as well, too, around the P5, P6 places.
Yeah.
You can see
look
behind
at Lebon. Look at Lebon and Nagyachenko in front of these 2, mate. I tell you what, if they had kitchen sinks in there, they'd be throwing it at each other. Unbelievable. They've launched out the seats. They've launched out the interior. They've gone away with the automatic windows and lobbed them at each other. And all they get left is the car, and Nagyachenko here trying to climb over the back of Lebon here as well. Craig Deacon slow down penalty, continuing to abuse track limits. Further down the field, Biggles, 18th, 19th and 20th. I tell you what, Lopez, he is having an interesting one as well with Tatara. There you go. Look at Tatara. Did not finish the first race. Was up at front and then went into the pits as well. So Vlad Tatara there is trying to make up for the first race. And you can see him there. He has just passed Ricardo Pessoa Santos as he's dropping down the hill. Tatara's on a mission, Biggles, and he's not going to give up, I think.
You would not give up at that moment. We might have to go back up further too, because we're still seeing a little bit of a battle happening between teammates here as well. Alex is getting pretty close there to our current race leader, and then further behind, look at this battle once again in the mix here. That's getting really spicy for sure. This could be an overtaking opportunity here for the Ukrainian masterminds this evening working together. That's a 4-way battle, perhaps into, I don't even know what part of the track we're at the moment, but that's up to you.
We're in the first. We're down into first one, mate, down Paddock Hill. We're going up into Druids now. This is Makarov in 11th. In front of Makarov is the man on your race 1 winner, Mr. Everett there. He is on the right-hand side, and I tell you what, you don't want to be there.
Oh.
No! You definitely do not want to be there. As maybe a slight little bit of a love tap from Makarov. Pogoric has got through and Lebon's going round in front. Is it Lebon? No, it's Rostance. Sorry, Fraser Rostance nearly went round, manages to hold the car. Look at Everett now. I tell you what, he's got Rostance, mate. Rostance is the gazelle. Elliott is the lion. And Mr. Everett is wanting that position, and he's willing to eat. Rostance in 9th to get it. I tell you, look at him on the absolute. Look at this, mate. Look at this. He's got the bit between his teeth. He's flying, isn't he?
Yeah, but where do you go? Here's an opportunity, Matt, to get good grip at the exit here. And that's meanwhile allowing these other drivers up the road there of Jeff Burskos, Ian Deeney, and Neil Crave, all 2 for now. And we might have to go up to that battle because it's looking pretty spicy there.
Oh, we're in with Crave here. He's got the position. Makarov's got a slow down penalty. He's going to have to be careful. Crave here in 6th place. Gets past Deeney, and he can see all the action in front with Perkis and Nagyachenko. They are side by side. I tell you what, brave man Perkis being on that outside, dropping down. You've got to back off, back off. Oh. He's got him off the inside line. Perkis got him on the inside line up front there, Biggles. Crave saw it all. Now Nagyachenko's under pressure from Crave. Oh, Nagyachenko's not where he wants to be. There's slight contact there with Deeney from Nagyachenko. And look at that, Nagyachenko's on a wobble here, Biggles. I tell you what, he needs to have his little crew chief in his ear roll, telling him to slow down.
Yep. Car left, car right, car forward, car behind. That's what really, if you had anybody as a spotter telling you.
Oh, contact with Rostance. Look at Everett, though. How is he going to get through this lot? How would you get through this lot?
Takes a shortcut, but don't tell him that.
Take a shortcut. Driving through the pit.
Always a shortcut, mate. Oh.
He's got the inside line. Is he going to get 2-1 coming up the hill with the Druids?
Where do you find space around this track? Well, you need to.
Mate, there ain't a lot of it, I'll tell you that much. Look at this. We've got Rostance, Nagyachenko, Everett, Varga, and Makarov. Gorick is at the back here. He's in 11th currently at the moment. I'm going to say he's at the back like he's further down the field. He's literally like, split second away. But I tell you what, mate, Everett is putting his car in the right place. He's just got 2 positions.
Yeah, look at this.
Yes, look at this. Everett just got Varga and Nagyachenko in one corner.
It's going to be a happy camp of that, because that is not an easy job. Further up, Jeff still putting a bit of pressure here. This is a battle. Currently, there is pressure. Absolutely. That's I call him Uncle Jeff, mate. He could drive. He's got to be driving that car into keeping that solid P3. Not really a solid P. There's nothing solid right now about this racing, unless you're the Greek driver, still leading it by about half a second on Mr. Alex Ward. But look at this battle. This is all for the remaining crucial points. There's battles all around the place, trust me. Oh, look at that. A little bit of push shove. Get on with it, mate. Come on. Not a Sunday drive.
Perkins took in there, mate. I'll tell you that much. And Le Bon had no answer back. And Crave here has definitely got no answer either, as these guys are dropping down into turn 1. Perkins, Le Bon, Crave, Deeney, Rostance, Everett, Varga, Gorick, Makarov, the Gladiators here in this race. I tell you what, as the saying goes, mate, do you remember the film The Gladiator, Biggles?
Yes, I do, my friend.
Who was the actor? I can't remember his name.
That's the Australian driver, mate. Yeah, that's called Russell Crowe.
As the great words of Russell Crowe turned around and said in the film, "Are you not entertained?"
Yeah, I didn't even know he said that, actually. Brilliantly. I've met him a couple of times as well, so.
He said it in the middle, mate, and I tell you what, action going on here with Deeney down in 6th place.
Let's have a look at that battle there between also. There's not much to show you, but there is Mr. Georgianis leading this one. He's not leading it comfortably because he has Alex Ward that's running a P2 behind him, and that's their own little battle, but at the moment that's still... It's not so much of an opportunity, but we have to obviously go back to where all this action is, and this is where the action's currently at the moment. 8, 9, 10, 11. Blink, you miss it.
Yeah, I tell you what as well, mate. Further behind him, Mr. Nagyachenko is locked in his own little battle as well. So Nagyachenko is going to have to be... He's trying to climb up from 15th with Deacon in house. Deacon's just got to slow down, mind you. And Makarovas as well. So, they're not having it their own way in race 2 here. But I tell you what, I wouldn't want to be at the hands of Nagyachenko because he is absolutely, on the man on a mission at the moment. There as well, but Varga here in currently P10.
Oh, bumping is grinding is racing, isn't it? Absolutely.
Yeah, mate. I think, to be fair, they're putting the T in touring cars about now, because this is what you would expect from touring cars. This is the pinnacle of what we are watching.
It's getting close at the front now too, mate. I think Alex is starting to step up a gear, realizes there's only 5 minutes left of this race. And I don't know, does he like his Greek, what do you call it? Don't I say
What?
salads?
What?
I don't know, sure, something along the line.
What are you talking
I'm
about?
stretching.
Are you?
I should have done my exercises earlier. Further back, there's still action here as well. Look at this.
Stephen Le Bon. Mr. Le Bon here. Alex Everett is in 5th, and he's got 4.5 minutes remaining, and he is not afraid to use that car, mate. Everett from Crest Autosport, absolutely flying. Victor Gorick is another man on a mission. He's just setting it out the inside of Stephen Le Bon. There you go. Gorick now takes the position. Le Bon's looking at coming around the outside, though. He's not giving up. We have talked about the dangers of being on the outside in the paddock hill. You've got to muscle that inside line, Mr. Le Bon. If you don't want to be around that, seriously, you do not want to be on that outside line.
Got back, no.
Oh. Unbelievable.
Keep an eye on Alex there. Could be a run. It could be a run. Was it? No, not yet.
No.
He's pushing and grinding. That's actually going to bring, believe it or not, Jeff Perkins into play. He was hanging back for a little bit. Look at that. This is the top 3. They can barely even see those battles that are occurring behind them. But this is getting down to crunch time. 3 minutes and a half. And Alex is getting antsy right now. Absolutely antsy. But we'll go back for this other battle behind still that's occurring for now. Was for now there, of course. Thank you for much tuning, guys. Thumbs up at the moment. If we get 40 of them, Mr. Piano Man, we're playing some tunes in a couple of weeks from now.
Vargas just setting up the inside of Le Bon, mate. Le Bon is dropping down the order faster than the stone in deep water, I'll tell you that much. If he ain't careful as well. Behind him is Fraser Rostance there, his teammate from Next Gen Racing. And Le Bon there as well. So they've got the same liveries, but they're not in the same team. Le Bon and Rostance not in the same team.
They're just testing it, mate. I think they're going to be dropping faster than a Netflix subscription right now.
Oh, mate, yeah. They're like $1 million down at the moment.
Dropping faster than the US dollar to the European euro. There it is. That's another one.
Yeah,
helps me.
Yeah. There you go. It does help you, mate, doesn't it?
Yeah, let's have a look at this. Still punchy at the front. Very punchy. All right, guys, we don't encourage violence, but if it's on a track, you can go for it. And Jeff has, mate. Jeff has gone for it. He's stolen it away from Alex. He's been sitting P2 for the majority of this race, down to 2 minutes to go. He says, okay, Alex, you had your chance, my friend, but it's time for me to step up to the stage and see if I can put that Greek driver out of the spotlight. We'll turn the spotlight off him. Steal that P1 away. He's going for it. He's absolutely going for it here. He's got some pace.
Poor Georgiadis, mate. He's led for the whole of the race. Yeah. Surely he's not going to lose it. They're going to get about as they're coming across the line. Maybe one more lap. Then we'll go on to the last lap of the race. And Georgiadis has just got to sit back and think, can I do it? He's got to hold him. He's not been under pressure for most of it. He's had Alex Ward about half a second back. Perkins is looking to send it up the inside. Oh, do you know the problem with that, mate? Is Georgiadis was more reactive than proactive there because he literally saw the move late and put his car in front. He wants to be a little bit more reactive. He's got to be looking at now taking the left-hand side, getting the car over to the right, left. He's got to get that right and hugging that inside line tighter than my daughter hugs her teddy bear. I'll tell you that much, mate, because if he doesn't, Perkins is going to have him. He's got to drop it on the right-hand side now, closest to the wall as he's physically allowed. Give Perkins. He's like, no, you're giving Perkins.
Oh, further back, look at that too. Alex wants to be a part of this too. There it is. Alex Wood, Neil Crave, Alex Everett. Sorry, Alex Ward. There's two Alexes here.
Everett there just took third place, mate.
Don't be hugging that driver like your favourite teddy bear, that's for sure. I like those puns coming thick and fast. I have to go back and quote some of those there from Mr. James in the casting box alongside myself, Mr. Biggles. But yeah, it's backed off a little bit, I have to say, for that P1, P2 fight. And, you know, obviously, if I was a Jurianis, I could pronounce his name correctly, I would not want to be yielding it, mate. You're leading the whole race. You want to finish across the line, which will be coming up soon.
I think they're going to have one more lap there, mate, because he's got 17 seconds on the clock here. This is going to be last lap of the race, I think. Because by the time they've crossed over that line, Give me an implication. 8, 7, 6. Yeah, it's white flag. We're on white flag now. They got over with
This
about
is it.
3 seconds.
Oh, it's dangerous. Jeff is getting punchy.
Perkins there saying, I want it, Georgiadis. Oh, proactive, Georgiadis. Take the inside, don't give him the door. You give him the door and he's going to come and burgle that first place away from you. I'll tell you that much, mate. Like if I leave my door open, my TV's gone overnight. I'll tell you that much.
You still have a TV? 2022?
Yeah.
Okay, it doesn't matter. It's fine. Yeah, we go.
Yeah, I've still got...
I'd be stealing your microphone, your computer, and all your notes at the moment. Who's going to steal this race? That's going to be the key.
Georgiadis going to get in and rush down to the line. Everett's coming in as well. Perkins, Georgiadis, Everett. It's done.
He held off. He's held off. And that's what you like, isn't it? I don't think he was too upset, too happy about us talking about the Roman Empire at the moment, mate, because this is Greek man's just showing, hey, we were the best, we're the first, and we are drivers in the #1 position. Does it?
I tell you what, though, mate, the drive of the night on that race too has got to be Everett, who went and put it up 11 places into 3rd place. Georgiadis there in 1st, Perkins 2nd, Everett 3rd, Ward in 4th, Gorick 5th, Crave in 6th, Labon in 7th, Varga 8th, Tatara 9th, Makarov in 10th, Deeney in 11th, House in 12th, Deakin 13th, Hobbs 14th, Nagyachenko didn't make a massive difference like I thought he was going to, and still in 15th place there. Pessoa Santos in 16th, Jahus in 17th, Santos 18th, Rostance 19th place, Lopez 20th, Stoughton 21st, Camano 22nd, and Sosa in 21st. I did say Rostance was dropping down the order, but I didn't think he was going to sink to the bottom like that, mate. I tell you, that stone must be quite heavy there for him to plummet that far down.
Hey, yeah, you sink like a stone, my friend, but you also raise, like, I had no puns that I have for that one. Elbows out on this track, as Billy Goat Boy says. Hey, Billy Goat.
Yeah, what's up, bro? Welcome in. Thank you so much.
I got a lot to do here. I got a lot of cameras doing all that sort of stuff. Once again, there's great casters around the world, mate, but did they have to flick all the buttons at the same time?
No.
As we have to do every day?
No, they've got people in the background, mate, doing it for them.
Yeah, there you go. So,
you know what I mean?
we appreciate you guys helping us out there, and let us know. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button because we need 40 of them. If you just enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, you don't have to hit the thumbs up. I'll tell you what, who could you not enjoy this? Races, mate, per se.
This is just insane.
Yeah, what have you signed up to, mate? I told you last week, I was like, Dan and I were just like, we needed a lay down after those threat races.
Yeah. Stock 3090. Go on, Alex Everett, as he goes up 11 places there in race 2. One more race remaining, guys, as you see the standings from race 2 on your screen. Everett up 11. Billy Goat, elbows out. He definitely got the elbows out there, didn't he? So, unbelievable night of racing.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get my correct pass. The security guard at the moment's going, Biggles, no, you don't have the right one. No, Biggles, come on.
Yeah, mine's, my security guard is unfortunately not allowing anything to show for me currently, mate. So my security guard says the computer says no.
I talked to the security. That's good security around here, mate. I can't. I'm not surprised why they wouldn't let us train in here.
No. Yeah, my security guard has turned around and said, "Excuse me, Mr. Parfitt, you're not allowed in here, so therefore." You can't do it. So that's a no. I don't know about you. Are you seeing the next session there, Biggles?
I'm not at the moment. We'll see if we get that one sorted out there. So we'll see if you can chat to the race control and find out what's gone wrong.
Yeah, I'm on it now.
Are they pet friendly? Because, I mean, I know they don't really like dingoes in here or wombats.
Well,
but I thought it was a pet friendly league.
Yeah. Well, it might be pet friendly, mate, but currently they're not loving me.
People friendly.
Yeah, They're just not loving.
The race directors has gone, look, I can't handle this, mate. I'm going to have a lay down and you guys just sort it all out.
Well, the next session will be live in a couple of minutes. So you're going to have to listen to the sultry sounds of me and Biggles. What more can you ask for an Australian and an Englishman having a chin wag?
We could have a little bit of a break, mate, from one of our sponsors. How about that for a second? Give you a bit of a breather.
Yeah.
And a stretch.
Go for it.
We're back in a minute.
Right, guys. So welcome back here tonight. We are just waiting for session 3 to start up. So that should be with us very, very shortly. Don't forget, guys, as well, tonight's race is sponsored by Apex Tracks, Motorsport and Motor Racing Circuit Wall Art Race Track Sculptures, manufactured using Formula One Motorsport-inspired rapid prototype ping technologies. Obviously, the other partners, you see them on the bottom of your screen: 603 Autosport, 3D Wrap, Track Racer, Digital Motorsport, Esports Sim, and the GP Box. And don't forget, guys, it is broadcasted by JPBroadcasting with myself and Dean Biggles. I am James Parfitt. Hit me up over on Twitter at jparfitt12 or head over to jamesparfitt.co.uk. You'll see where we are live every single week, and we're live quite a lot currently at this moment in time as well. What I do want to give a big shout out to as well, guys, is the guys at Plaque here as well will be the Cat 1 champion of the series will win a fabulous prize provided by Apex Tracks, which is a sculpture of the Brands Hatch Grand Prix circuit to pin up on the driver's wall.
Oh, wow.
I know.
I would like that.
I want that as well. Can we get one of them?
I'm not fast enough, mate. I don't think you're quick enough for that one.
Maybe I'll put it out. Put it out there. Mr. Everett, if you are listening, you know, the two broadcasters and commentators here in your booth would like a plaque. You know, what's the chances? Do we have to pay full price? And can we get a staff discount? Just put it out there. Hey, mate, Biggles, my mum always says if you don't ask, you don't get, right?
That's true, mate.
You know what I
mean, my mum always said the squeaky wheel gets all the oil.
Exactly. So you got to give it some, mate, and see what can happen. Because I'll tell you what, if you don't, you know, we're going to be in.
You got to be in it to win it, don't you?
Yeah. So, right, guys. So, room is up. So we've got about a 10-minute practice, and then we're going to be closely followed by a 20-minute race free. So there you go.
And the race 3, my friend, will be based on, as you can see there, race 2, reverse top 18.
Top 18. Georgiadis is going to be down in 18th position.
That's
wow.
Previous
so
results.
Georgiadis slips down to 18th. So it's going to be Santos, isn't it, in 18th?
Yep, I'm seeing that one right. You're absolutely correct. The Portuguese driver in 18th will be starting on pole for this race coming up, the final race.
Yeah, mate, in 17th. He's going to be in second. The other, Prezzo Santos, is going to be in third. Nagyachenko, fourth. That's not bad for Nagyachenko, I tell you what. That may work out for him. Deakin as well. Ooh,
We got the boss out there saying he sees what we're doing. I think he's caught your tricks there, James. He's on there. He's another sharp. He's another sharp tool in the garage.
Yeah, I'll tell you what though, mate. See what we can do, Mr. Everett.
We're going to go over the obviously the previous round's results because this is not relevant to this race. Of course, this is what happened last week. But of course, we've got Fraser there, Neil Crave. These are familiar names you're starting to see, isn't it? Because this is the first results from the previous one. But now it's all switched through. We'll try to get that live and updated during these sessions as we're loading into the third and final race.
Yeah, the problem with Fraser Rostance is he's had a bit of an up and down evening tonight. I don't know if he loves Brands or not, but he didn't love that second race, mate. As I say, he dropped right at the bottom and unfortunately didn't love it. Neil Crave is another one. I said a little bit of a up and down evening. You know what I mean? Alex Ward, well, we know Alex Ward has been flying, but at the end of the day, they got to be putting it in, mate. Neil Crave and that has got to be doing it. You can see the last week's standings going through your order now. Alex Ward is at the top with 62.
Yeah, I'm going to scroll through it quickly, mate, because, yeah, exactly. That's all last week, of course. This week's going to all flip it up. But it's just to give you a reminder what happened in the previous round and what's happening in this round. Of course, we're not going to give you all those results for what happened earlier in those other ones. But I can tell you the last results was that one. And, man, I tell you what, the Greek driver just held off, didn't he? A massive attack towards the end there. No reference to the band, of course. But, yeah, a UK-British attack, put it that way.
I think the thing that's going to be interesting, mate, is the fact that we're going to have Everett down in 16th place, right? Now, he started 14th, got to 3rd. So if he starts 16th, technically he should get to 5th, right?
Technically? Okay, really?
Technically. Well, I'm just going, look, he gained 11 places. So 16 takes
But they have 20
11.
minutes now, right? So you got a little bit more time.
Well, yeah, but you're asking a lot of one driver here, mate. I've got to be honest, like, you know what I mean? I know Alex is a human and is a separate alien to the rest of us, but I don't think he's going to quite, I don't know, that's a long. And the problem is he's going to be chased down by Perkins. He's going to be chased down by Georgiadis. And he's got to chase. Look who he's got to chase in front. He's got Ward, Gorick, Craig, Labon, Varga, Tatara, Makarov, Deeney, House, Deakin, and Hobbs, and Nagyachenko. I think Nagyachenko, if anything, could be the roadblock tonight for Mr. Everett. So I think he's going to have a lot to do there, mate. And don't forget as well, you got Santos, Jahus, and Prezzo Santos, who haven't been near the top of the field tonight, are going to be leading the race.
But, mate, when I was a kid, I used to hang around, Jack Brabham's son. So I know what things are very much capable of when you're a great driver.
Mate, yeah, but it's been great there, Biggles, and it's been Alex Everett. And, as I say, it's a lot to ask of one man to try and get that high up.
How's the ballast work out for this one? This is obviously the ballast that came into the previous round, but will that apply to the third round or not?
Yeah, so we've got the ballast that comes into effect as well. So don't forget that you can see the kilo weight of ballast on your screen. So we're now in race-free ballast will be based on the qualifying results on the day. Ballast will start from 40 kilos applied to the top seeded driver and will run down in increments of 5 to 8. So if that was correctly... So sorry, I was reading something. So we've got, if that's correct, we should be looking at who's on pole. Alex Everett will be on 40 kilos.
Yeah, a couple of kids in the back of the minivan that you have. Yeah, maybe.
Exactly. And Biggles, I tell you what, we just had a message through, and they want us to pick the Apex Traxxas driver of the day.
Ooh, he can be that's not in the contract, but if you want.
No.
I don't mind throwing that one to the actual chat out there, guys, on YouTube.
Yeah, if there is anybody in chat who thinks certain individuals should be driver of the day, I tell you what we'll do. Let's have an hashtag and then the driver's surname. So hashtag Crave, hashtag Rostance, Ward, Georgiadis, Jahus, House. You get the idea. Surely you don't want me to read them all. And let me know who you think driver of the day should be. And I'll tell you what, we'll see if we can get the votes in. and we'll see who and what takes it. But if you are here in chat, see if you can get hashtag, let us know who you feel the hashtag driver of the day should be. That would be the Apex Tracks driver of the day. So
one of the major sponsors, you're right, mate. And if you don't get it in, you've got till the 28th to get it done. Otherwise, we'll be heading over to the Nordic. Going to get that one wrong completely. But put it this way, we'll be going in the middle of those Norwegian countries. Forget it. Just
what are you talking?
Mute myself right now. Come on. We should go down the track anyway because they're going to be doing their practice session for the final time before the final round. 20 minutes, my friend, and we'll go over that real quickly before we get ready. And that will be
Alex is Billy Goat Boy in chat says Alex is very punchy. I think he'll get the top 5 in this race.
It's a reverse 18 grid, so that becomes a little bit more difficult to predict, of course, with those restrictions, aka ballast, aka kids in the back of the car, aka shopping, groceries, whatever. There's your results from the last one. So this is going to be flipped around. In a second, we're going to see, as you said, Mr. Carlos Santos, will be the man on the front of the grid for the final race.
Right. Here we go, guys. That is it. We are entering in to race 3. We're going to wait for the grid to appear, but let us know who your Apex Tracks driver of the day is. Either hashtag their surname, or me and Biggles will have a big old debate for about 20 minutes after. So, you kind of want to make sure.
Did you take the chicken or the beef on the flight? It wasn't very far for you, mate.
No, it wasn't very far at all. To be honest, I had a cheese and bacon BLT sandwich in the services, mate, because I drove up.
I was going to say, I thought you had the extra stuff that was in the menu that not the rest of us plebs get.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, I had service food, mate, because obviously, I drove up to the track being in the UK. But there you go. 13 seconds remaining.
Get to go it all over again, mate, for the 3rd time this evening. This time around, it's a reverse grid.
Yeah, Pedro Santos, Yahoo's, Pessoa Santos, we are green for race 3. And Yahoo's has already jumped. I tell you what, Pedro Santos has gone down faster than a diver in deep water, carrying 50 kilos there, mate. He's dropped down into 4th place by the end of turn 1. Unbelievable, but the man that I thought was going to be making moves is Nagyachenko. He is in 3rd. He's got his teammates further down the field, Makarov and Tatara as well. So he's going to be looking at trying to bring them into actions. As you can see, all the cars flicking it up. Alex Everett still in 16th, only up 2 at the moment. But Nagyachenko here, mate, I think he is going to be the man on the move. He's going to want to clear Pessoa Santos and Jahus straight away. Nagyachenko's going to be looking at making that move. Gorik's got a slowdown penalty. Staunton's got a slowdown penalty. Sosa's got a slowdown penalty. The guys, track limits, guys, track limits. White lines, white lines. That's all you got to remember. But down in the battle of the field at the moment, Biggles, is our very own Mr. Deeney. Tatara, Deeney, Braga. Oh, somebody's got up on the cross at the back there. Everett's in this field as well, Biggles. Look at them.
Yeah, I'm looking everywhere, my friend. I'm just seeing cars, I'm seeing tracks, I'm seeing off-roads, I'm seeing bumping and grinding, and I'm seeing fun racing. As they really are getting elbows out right now, mate, because it's the last time they can get elbows out on this track until, of course, we visit it later in the season, but a different configuration.
We're going out to the international circuit with the long left hand around the back side. That would be up around 30s, and then we go on to the backside of the circuit. But I tell you what, mate, there is some battles here going on. Everett, I don't know if he's going to do this, dude. 18 minutes. 18 minutes, is he going to get it? What do you reckon, Biggles?
Oh, yeah, you're asking too much. I'm trying to control. I'm trying to talk to all the cameramen right now, going, focus on this car, focus on this car. So yeah, I got numerous things in my ear right now. So yeah, we'll talk a little bit later. How about towards the end of this 20-minute session, and we'll start penning it down.
Okay. Right, Jeff Perkins here is in 12th place currently at the moment. Perkins is trying to chase down Craig. Varga in front in 10th, trying to chase down Deeney. Look at this battle here on track for these guys, and Varga is trying to make the move in his Honda. He's having a good old go. And behind them is Neil Craig.
Look at this.
Makarov and Hobbs. They've just got the job done there, mate. I tell you what, that was unbelievable from Makarov. He sent it so far back, it went on his own plane called FedEx. It's incredible.
Not sponsored by FedEx, of course. DHL,
no,
maybe.
Sorry, there are other airlines available, postal service if you really want. But, at the end of the day, don't send that in the UK because you might not get it for about four months later. But there you go. Anthony Hobbs in 7th place. Makarov is in 6th. At the moment, Yahoo says pulled away. Sosa Sanos in 2nd. Nagyachenko in 3rd place. Further down the order in 10th is Mr. Crave here. And Perkis.
There's an overtake up here for P2, potentially. Where to cut away from that crazy scrapping. We'll go back to that in a second, but there it is. Santos, well, he did hold off a little bit. How much can he hold off?
I don't know, mate.
Yep.
Do you know what? I'm really worried about for Santos, right, is that Nagyachenko just looks so much visually quicker than Santos. And I think Santos, if he holds him off for another lap, I'm going to sit here and say fair play to your son because you've done a great job. But I think Nagyachenko is just too quick for Pessoa Santos in front, and that is not me taking anything away. That's not me being derogatory to the drivers. I'm just calling what we see on screen as we see Nagyachenko looking at tucking up. Oh, he tightened up the hairpin at the moment. He's going to be dropping down into Graham Hill. It's going to be tough, mate. Santos has got to be under all sorts of pressure. He's going to be in there. His heart's going to be going. His sweat's going to be coming on. He's going to be getting all the heat of Portugal flashing through his window into his sim. He's going to have his glasses on. He's got his fans running. He's got his legs in a fridge. Who knows what's going on with Santos, mate? Moment. He's got a hot one with Nagyachenko closing right behind him.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? To just
Hey.
Legs in the fridge. I'm going to go there at the moment, but of course we might have to go back to this battle. They're still squabbling behind. Yep. Cool down, guys. All right, open up your refrigerator door. Put your legs in the fridge. Exactly. Talk to James. He knows. Oh, this is getting heated up. Forget the heat wave in Europe right now, mate. We have a heat wave right here in the UK. Look at this, side by side.
Look at the freeway behind. Look at the freeway of Varga, Crave, and that as well behind them with Everett. They were 3 wide dropping down the hill behind it. Unbelievable. But there you go. It's totem slow down penalty for you, young sir. Track limits. Be careful. Craig Deacon. They're 3 wide because they're going to be going 3 wide down the straight. Look on the bigger picture.
Close your eyes right now. I dare you to see what's going to happen as we're going to start lap 9. Oh, wow.
3 wide feet. Oh. Tell you what, though, mate. That whole...
James is down. Caster down. Commentator down. I'll get the defibrillator out, mate. Don't worry about it. You'll be okay. I'll take care of you.
All this, mate. There is action all over the field. There's 3 wides at every corner, and there's Everett going off track. He's got to slow down as well. He needs to chill out a little bit, stick your head in a fridge or do something, young sir. But I tell you what, you're going to have to chill out a little bit. Because this battle here with Tatara and Deacon and Makarov and Perkis, and Makarov's just cleared Perkis. And it's all going off here in race 3 for the Crest Autosport World Touring Car Challenge. 13 minutes remaining. And this, I tell you what, get your drinks, get your popcorn, sit back and just enjoy this, Biggles, because this is unbelievable.
It's flying everywhere, isn't it? I forgot to close the lid on my popcorn on the stove, mate. It's popping all over the place. Look at this. I wouldn't want to be in Anthony Hobbs' car right now because just got to look at this. Look at the traffic up the road, mate. It's the M2. Here in Brands Hatch. What is going on? I think we've lost our caster. James,
I'm still
are
here.
you alive?
Mate, I'm still here, mate. I'm just trying to work out what's going to happen. The thing is for me, mate, currently at the moment, is I'm trying to sit here and think, what do we call with these battles? There is so much going on, guys. You can see it on your screen. Excuse me if the casters are sitting there going, I have no idea what to say because a lot is going on. And we've got everybody swapping positions. We've got Deacon, we've got Varga, we've got Hobbs, Deeney, Crave, Everett, Tara, Perkis. So Tara's at the front. Perkis has opened up a little bit of a gap. Makarov and House are going at it. Nagyachenko and Sosa are still going at it. And the only man that's currently free is Yahoo's up front, and he's gone and gone. I'll tell you that much. But at the moment, what do we call Biggles? Oh, that's Santos. Is that Santos in the pits? No, it wasn't. Who was in the pits there, Biggles, going down the pit lane?
No, it was Santos. It is Santos. It's showing Elliot House right now, but that's Santos. Absolutely. So
yeah,
it's all gone
down.
bell-shaped. He's got damage. I'm not quite sure how much he has in DHL, but he's going to be looking for a delivery. He needs delivery at the moment of something. He needs delivered to car. Look at this. Neil Crave still back in the battle here. P11. Oh, bumping and grinding. And, well, remember, guys, those cars are on loan, okay? So if you want them next week, got to take care of them. Buy them dinner if you have to. Buy them flowers, mate. Just think of your car like you're taking them to a Valentine's dinner. Ooh.
Everett is in 11th place currently at the moment. We've got 10 minutes remaining. You can see the battle happening on here as well. Perkis, Makarov and House have now joined into a freeway, Biggles. So this is going to be unbelievably close as well. Up front, further on in front of them. So they're locked in their own little freeway battle with Tatara in the middle. He's trying to make it a four-way. But yeah, currently at the moment, Mr. Deeney is under all sorts of pressure. Everett has now jumped up into 10th. He's making moves through the field currently with 10 minutes remaining. Pedro Santos drive-through penalty for speeding in the pits. So drive-through penalty for Pedro Santos. Jeff Perkins, slow down penalty for continuing to abuse track limits. Jeff, be careful. Unbelievable battle here with Perkins, Makarov. They're side-by-side. Biggles coming down into Paddock Hill. Here we go. Perkins on the left, Makarov on the right. Perkins has got the inside line. That's going to be job done. He didn't hold it. He's on the gravel. Jeff Perkins.
Off-track excursions, a little bit too much, mate. It ain't the outback.
Did he take his bucket and spade? Because he certainly visited that gravel when he could have built castles. He was out there so far. But unbelievable for Jeff Perkins there, mate. Makarov, slow down penalty, track limits. He's going to have to be careful. These track limits, mate. They've got to be careful. I'll tell you what, mate. Deacon and Varga and Stoughton behind them as well. They're literally throwing everything at. Look at them.
Sliding. It's like welcome to Tokyo drifting, my friend, here in Brands Hatch, because there is no Tokyo drifting, guys. Well, you could drift it if you want, but how much time is it going to get? Look at that, out of the pit lane is Pedro, I think, so that's all gone a little bit pearl-shaped for him, but for now... Climbing up the hill.
I tell you what, mate, Varga was coming around there like Tokyo drift. It was unbelievable. You're going to make a car slide, you might as well slide it like Gabor Varga, I'll tell you that much. Look at that.
Yeah, you guys don't understand. I've been in a car of James who drives me from the airport to the track, mate, because I've been here. I close my eyes when I'm in a car with him. I close my eyes when I'm casting box with you when they're driving like this, mate. So I feel like it's deja vu all over again.
Stoughton, Varga here in up front, Craving 10th place as well. He's trying to close down on Alex Everett. But I tell you what, Makarov and Tatara and House, they are nose to tail as well. Biggles up in 5th, 6th and 7th. You can see him jumping down the hill, down into Graham Hill now. Makarov is still trying to clear House. I tell you what, House has built a wall in front of him currently because he's not letting Makarov through. Now, one word I got to backtrack on there, Biggles. If you remember earlier on in this freeway race, I said if Ricardo Pessoa Santos defends Nagyachenko for that lap, I'd be very surprised. Well, little eating my words, and if I had a hat, I'd probably eat that as well. It's not only that, it's Pessoa Santos is still in front of Nagyachenko. So well done, Pessoa Santos. Big props to you for still being in second place here. But I tell you what, House is under pressure here, Biggles. We've got 7 minutes remaining.
It's okay, mate. House, if you need a bit of a clean up, my maid just came earlier, so she can perhaps clean this track for you, make it a little bit easier. You got big pressure there from the teammates. Of course I have a maid, mate. That's why I'm living in essentially a third world country. It doesn't cost me too much money. I know how expensive it will be where you are in your neck of the woods. And look at this. He has massive pressure in the inside being set there by Vlad. Vlad says, come on, mate. Wakey, wakey.
Biggles, you
shift the gear up. I haven't, mate. Of course, she was just here cleaning. By the way, too, she dropped my microphones. I was damn good. It was. Trust me, don't let maids that don't know anything about technology near your technology. But here it is. She's shut my computer off before, mate. Try to clean the screen with something and go, do not spray that into the screen or into the computer. Forget about it. I'm already stressed as it is right now watching this race.
Tatara, Makarov, House, unbelievable battle.
Go back further, it's still happening back down the field here, mate. It's everywhere.
Look at Georgiadis. He's only gained 4 places, though, mate. He hasn't quite made the moves that we thought he was going to throughout this race, and he's currently got Deacon and Ward in front of him. There are no slouches, mind you, in these cars. So at the end of the day, they've got to be now looking at saying, okay, so what are we going to do here? Because poor old Georgiadis is stuck as we go back up into Makarov, who's closing all over Tatara with Deeney. Unbelievable.
It's like there's nowhere to go around, isn't it?
Mate, there's not. He's got a full send.
Yeah, you need something right now.
There you go. He's got to get him off that line. He's got to get him off that line. I don't mean actually push him off the line.
Oh, the teammates are colliding with each other. Now, Eddie can try to come back there after seeing 2 of these blue babies try to get past him. In a bit. Oh, who's coming in the mix here as well? Was that Ian? Ian was? Ian ain't messing around. He's like, guys, if you're going to paint your baby room blue, it's dropped it a little bit now. And actually, Jeff is in the mix just a little bit further back. These guys are not playing around with their food. It's not dinner time, guys. Or is it?
Tell you what, mate, House was the worst one, loser out of that. He lost that now. He went down 2 positions, got into the battle with Perkins and Deeney. You see Perkins is looking at trying to get it up the inside of House as well. Oh, House, buddy, I'm going to give you I'm not the greatest at a TC, dude, but you got to defend that inside line, dropping off Paddock Hill. Because I tell you what, you go in a Druids one more lap like that, and Mr. Deeney's going to get you as well. You cannot leave the door open, otherwise you're going to be burgled. And the last thing you want to do is come home and find out that Mr. Ian Deeney has burgled your house for your 7th place. Because I tell you what, that will happen if he leaves that door open again like that coming down that hill. Paddock Hill, you cannot leave the inside line open for Druids because these cars are not afraid to muscle their nose in. And I think this is where it's going to be interesting to see what Deeney does now, because if he gets a little bit of a better exit, which is looking like he's likely going to be doing, there you go. That's how you take the corner.
He needs some insurance, obviously, from being stolen something from his house at the moment, doesn't he, as you mentioned. So great casting there. You're going to expect many more races to go, mate. Believe it or not, we're just going into the 2nd round of the season. We got a lot of this. Wait till we get to Scandinavia. We're going to have a lot of those puns. It'll be quite chilly and quite cold, but I tell you what, it's not going to be cold here this evening for Lad. And he's got his team up at the road. We know they work together brilliantly as blockers, as teammates, and why not? Whatever works. Whatever floats your boat.
The trouble you're going to have here is if Tatara is quicker than Makarov.
I think they're happy with it,
is quicker. Yeah, if Tatara is quicker than Makarov and he knows he can get up to Nagyachenko, he's got to be looking and saying, look, bro, I get where you're at and I get that, and but you're pulling me into Perkis here. Please, either you're going to have a whole Makarov is James. Please let Tatara through. Moment.
The problem is, James, is that they're not speaking English, mate. You got to translate that.
I'm going to leave that up to their spotters, mate. That's their job, not mine. But I'm just saying, like, from this point of view, if Tatara is quicker, he does not want to be pulled into the clutches of Perkis. Because I tell you what, Perkis doesn't need an invitation twice to say, thanks very much, I'll have that position away from you. And neither does Deeney, who's climbing all over House. So House here, further back, you can see it on your screen currently at the moment, has got to look. No, he's left it open.
Yeah. Yeah, we heard about that before from James, mate. You never leave your door open. My front door is open anytime anybody wants to come and have a hangout session, but my TV is available. Look at this. Up the road, mate. They got 3 teammates now that can block the possible opportunities, but forget about that. Somebody sat in the fence.
That was Nagyachenko.
Yeah, Naki's in the fence. And now Elliot House dispersed of somebody. Well, I'm going to talk to race control about that one later on. I'm sure there'll be a few little and cues. Yeah, this time I'm not going to swear, mate.
Nagyachenko went flying, and I said, didn't I? Tatara has got to be quicker. He's got to let them through. He got pulled into the Perkis battle. Perkis is now taken Tatara and is now looking at closing Makarov down. You've got to be doing it. Look, House has left the door open behind again, Biggles. Look. You've got Deeney running down the outside now. Don't leave the door. Dude, close it, lock it, bolt it, chub lock it, stick the chain on, give yourself a passcode, because I tell you what, mate, if you don't, Deeney's going to have this from you, and you've got to be careful. We've got a minute and change left on the clock here. We're going to be on to the last... Oh, no, we might get another 2 laps at the moment.
I hope so. I want another 50 laps of this racing. Welcome along, guys, to the Crest Autosports, where sweaty towels and stinky boots are required when you're motor racing around here. And still,
come on, House.
Look at this, but there's actually, look at that, Ricardo Santos is coming back, climbing back. He's seating back. He's been sandbagging, mate. Did he just dump all that kilos that he had in the back? Because he realizes he can win this. But time is not on his side.
No, last lap is not on your side, is it? The last lap cannot be on your side. Can Pessoa Santos turn around and say, eat that one, Mr. Commentator, who said he would be under attack from Nagyachenko earlier on, and Nagyachenko unfortunately ventured into the wall at a very rapid rate on the left-hand side. He's unfortunately out of the race now. But can Pessoa Santos take down Jahus? Last lap of the race, Jahus is left from the start to now. Lap 25. Last little bit as well. Get your driver of the day and hashtag surnames, guys, as well. Let us know who you feel is the Apex Tracks driver of the day this evening, so we can get it out there and mention it as well. We will look at the votes on screen. I'm going to put my own vote in as well. And at the moment, I'm not going to tell you who it is, though, Biggles.
That's because you don't know. Oh, do you?
I'm assessing.
Let's have a look at this.
I do know.
You want to be John has there, Norman, that's been leading this race. He's going to hold him off, doesn't he? He has to hold him off here.
Yeah, he's going to take it first place at the moment. I want to see, did Deeney clear house? He didn't. But Jahus takes the victory here in race 3. Perkis driver of the day. We got Everett driver of the day. Oh.
So every driver that started on pole in this race has won this race, if I'm not mistaken.
You're right.
In all 3 races, of course.
Well, that's another chapter in the Crest Autosport here. But here is your final finishes positions. P1 is Jahus. He's got first place. Pessoa Santos in second. Makarov in third. Perkis fourth. Tatara fifth. Eleanor House in 6th, Deeney in 7th, Everett in 8th, Crave in 9th, Stoughton in 10th, Ward in 11th, Georgiadis is down in 12th place, Gorick is in 13th, Deakin 14th, Smith down in 15th place, Hobbs down in 16th, Sosa down in 17th, Santos there, 18th place, Lopez down in 19th, Nagyachenko took a fast diver into a wall that's never going to work, down in 20th, Rostance don't think started the session, did not finish, and then we got Varga got DQ'd. Oh.
And Robert out there saying, if not mistaken, last attempt, I'll take that. I'll take that end of the week as well too, Mr. Robert. Good job.
Yeah, I'll take that as well, to be fair. Unbelievable evening of racing here from the guys at Crest Autosport there, Biggles. Well, so, Biggles, driver of the day.
All right, guys. Yeah, that's up to you. Who you want to decide? I don't have any graphics or anything up prepared for that, but we could just audio do it.
Sure we'll mention now. Who do you think would be the driver of the day, Biggles, from your point of view?
I tell you what, one of these fantastic drivers that had delivered the results that they wanted to deliver, like that little.
Right, now you've sat on the wall, got splinters in your bum. Right now, tell me, right? Because that's just a cop out. You haven't picked anybody. So
hey, I have a photo of you when you were in high school. Do you want me to show that up on the stream right now? How embarrassed would you like to be?
Hey, I can send you a picture. You can show your face yourself as well. Right, guys, what we're going to do now is join us here for a minute or so where you can listen to me and Biggles waffle in. Get in your hashtags who you think driver of the day will be. So hashtag surname DOTD, as you can see there on the screen. So come and let us know who you think your driver of the day will be, because there has been some epic drives tonight. I'm still mulling over what I'm going to do with my driver of the day vote, Biggles. But what about you? Get off the fence, get out the splinters, and tell me who you think is going to be your driver of the day.
Yeah, you put me on the pressure, aren't you, mate? You got to understand, I'm upside down. I'm actually delayed. Sorry, hang on. Wait, sorry, could you repeat the question?
Who is going to be your driver of the day?
Let's do it again. Robert, is that going to be my driver? I don't know. You're not asking me these questions, okay?
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm a caster that then has to favour a driver.
Okay. I'm going to put my vote in now, right? Partly because this person gained.
And we're going to end the stream. Goodbye, everybody. Take care. No, let's go.
Over the course of 3 races.
All right. Okay.
He gained up nearly 22 positions, if I'm not mistaken. And that is going, I would say, Mr. Alex Everett.
Ooh.
What about yourself?
Exactly. I totally 100% agree with that. No, I don't.
So who are you going with?
Nobody. I'm not talking right now. Sorry. I can't hear you. You're breaking up.
No.
Breaking up.
You absolute cop-out. Cop-out.
You won't get it out of me, my mate. You can squeeze. It doesn't. I'm not buying you a dinner. I'm not buying you flowers.
All right. Well, I'm going to go and say Mr. Everett. So currently, if we're going by what chat's been saying, currently your Apex Tracks driver of the day this evening, I'm going to announce it first, is the man that has gained nearly 20 positions over the evening in the 3 races this evening, and that is Mr. Everett himself. Closely followed in second place, I would say, by Mr. Deeney, and then in third place, I would say either Makarov or Tatara. That's my choices. Let me know what you think, guys, and tell me whether or not I'm right or wrong, because, it has been known for me to be wrong, Biggles. That's the end of the day.
Well, yeah, we won't mention that. But Alex, in the previous results, mate, he's 9th place in the championship now. So if you get a little bit of a driver of the day boost from yourself there and a hurl of points,
well, that's
pretty
from
good.
This race, isn't it? That's not this race, isn't it?
No, that's not. This is the previous round. Exactly.
Previous round. So
it'll help him.
Yeah, stock 3090 says hashtag Everett as well. So I think we're going to be
Everett's it. You guys called it. That's what I said earlier. Did you hear me? Or was I breaking up?
I heard you go beep, 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 and not
that's just a breakup because, Yeah.
It's a bit like our relationship, isn't it, Biggles? On, off, on, off. I tell you what, it's quicker than a light switch. Right, guys, we are coming up to the end of tonight's World Touring Car broadcast here for Crest Autosport. Next week we head over 28th of July. Me and Biggles are on our plane. We're going over to Falkenberg in Sweden. So make sure you tune in for that one as well. And don't forget as well, guys, if this video gets 40 likes in a couple of weeks, I will open up the broadcast with a song from the piano.
Which song?
Baby. I told you it's a mashup that we did
Okay.
for a school concert, so we'll do something like that.
Ooh, yeah.
But only if it gets
40 likes. Did you hear that,
40
guys?
likes.
Did
Okay, 40.
Hang on, how many again? What's after 39?
40.
40. All right.
Yeah, 40. So there we go, guys. That rounds out tonight's broadcast. Thank you so much for everybody that's tuned in tonight as well. David Kennahan, Go Deeney, Anthony, Alex has the pace he did, Lee from Next Gen Racing, Perkins driver of the day. Starton, thank you for joining us. Tatara, much love to you as well. Stock 3090, Billy Go Boy, much appreciated for joining us as well. Our very own Dan Peoples, Nagyachenko was typing in Ukrainian earlier on. Unfortunately, it's not my first choice of language, so I can't read out your comment. So much love to you, unless I do one of these little quick things where I'm going to put it into Google Translate. Hold on. I want to see what that says.
Yeah, do it. Why not?
I am, mate. I am. Hold on. I've got to get on it. You know what I mean?
I thought you were a
Give me
teacher.
minute. I am. It doesn't mean I've got things set up ready to go, have I? Right. So we're going from, where are we? We are in, I'm going to presume that is Ukrainian, yes? Ukrainian to English. It says, thank you, dear, but let's have a smoke break and go Chihuahua. I don't know if that translation.
Maybe it's Chewbacca.
Maybe Chewbacca. But there you go, guys, as well. Thank you for joining us here tonight. And from us here, from JPB, from myself and the Biggles in the background, you'll take care. Have a great week. And you never know, we might see you on a track sometime. Good night.